The weather is good. We are at the camp office, and we're still cooking for a smidge more time. There's not much we can do with 5 minutes, so we'll just fast forward until that tea is done. I think we're going to try turning up the textures just a bit. We'll put it on medium. I was having some frame issues in the past, but I think that was on the old machine. I don't remember. So we have about 17 minutes of cook time, or fire time left. Let's do another soup. Again, chasing all the bonus cooking EXP that we can get, basically. How are we looking? Oh yeah, see, it's gonna be a while. But that's okay. We have all the time in the world. Looking around, like, what can we do close to home? Oh, that's a deer over there. We're good. All is well. Okay, let's just fast forward. Pick up our stuff.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
And just leave that campfire there. We will be using it again in the future. Alright, let's get inside and itemize. Organize the camp office. Take the dress shirt to break down. We could have used a torch and brought the fire in here with us and kept like cooking and stuff, but it's probably fine. Okay, let's take those items with us. We'll set down all the food that we've cooked. So I want to prioritize cooking. You can't cook something twice and get EXP, right? So these cans that have already been opened, they are basically for eating. But we're actually going to start with the cold potato. Want to fill up our character's stomach, because if you keep your stomach full for enough days, you get what's called the well-fed bonus, which will increase our total carry capacity by 5. We are going to need more bandages, so we'll go ahead and spend the 20 minutes to craft 4. I like to always have 4 bandages on me. If you are playing with the Cougar enabled, you'll want to carry 8 or 10, I would say. I think it takes 8 bandages to heal from Cougar, but that's not a concern here. So we are not playing with that guy enabled. Unless he glitches in which case I will be sad and try and deal with it anyway. We'll just eat these cans. Then we're actually going to dispose of all the empty cans in our inventory. Like this. So we don't need those. Okay. Plenty of loot fiddling left to do. We have crafting materials that we don't need to carry with us. Not yet. And things like sewing kits, we only need so many of. We'll just carry 1. Things that we want to tear apart later. Actually, we could tear apart the shoes tonight. In-game tonight. We'll just carry this soup with us to eat upstairs. Okay. Let's go up. There are a few tasks we can do to pass time until bedtime. Right, our collection of boots. How could I forget? We'll come back to that. And before I forget, we have our decoration. How do we put the decoration up? This much, I don't know. Place. Oh, okay, you have to open deco mode. And then, like that. Just kind of glitching out on the wall there. Does the other one do that? No. Take it. I think we have to hang it from something so that it doesn't do that. Nope, that's still just going to be glitchy. Lame. We can't rotate it. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, we'll just have to live with the glitchiness, I guess. Can't hang it from the ceiling? Ah, there we go. Kind of offset it off the wall so it doesn't look as bad. Solved. Fiddly placement stuff. Okay. Drink a smidge of soup, hydrate, and then we have stuff to break down. Namely, these old shoes. Even as night falls and things become completely dark, you can still tear things apart with your bare hands. For whatever reason. Kind of want to make sure we sleep at the right time, so we're going to save the other shoes for later. Just tear apart our dress shirt. There we go. And now it is bedtime. Stack up food, and hydrate, and then pass out. Down for 10 hours. Okay, did I unmute? Yes. Good. Okay, the tea is still way too hot to drink. And still nighttime. Okay. In that case, we will tear apart the other pair of shoes. That'll pass a good amount of time. All right. Finish off that tiny bit of soup. Bam. No? Oh, that's super weird. It said soup finished, recycled can. Oh, there it goes. Did he give us 2 cans? It did. Oh, that glitch didn't used to exist. That's new. News to me. Interesting. Okay. Tear apart the shoes, get in a bit more sleep. Hopefully it's now daytime. No, it's still dark. It's okay, this is what we have the lantern for. So that you guys can see, and I can see, during times like these. So we're going to leave our cattails here. We have a ton of other food, which we can eat as we travel. And cattails don't really decay, so they're very safe to just leave behind. Take that book, because we burned 1 book to start the fire earlier today. And consult the inventory real quick. We are at full carrying capacity. Oh yeah, I know what we can do. Drop off all that cured leather and most of this cloth. Consult this stuff. We have 2 cans, which we need to go put in the space where we cram all the cans, which is here. A lot of our carry weight is torches, and to a degree food, but it's fine. Accelerant, we want to carry all of that on us, okay. So not a lot to be done for our carry weight problems right now. Before we head out for the day, hydrate and eat a ton of food. We're going to start with the worst items. If we get sick, then we're staying home. But if we carry the stuff in our inventory and it keeps decaying, our chances of getting sick in the field will worsen, all of that. It's best if we're going to catch illness from food to be able to weather that in the comfort of home base, right? Okay, the clock says that it's daylight now. So we should be able to go out. Yeah, and be able to see. Okay. So now, the true game should be afoot. Wild animals that are hostile should be out and about. So we're going to carry this torch as our primary means of defense. And I don't know. I don't know if I want to explore Mystery Lake. I kind of want to do my normal loop and go for the dam. But, because I know, because we're playing the DLC, there's a good chance we can get a hunting rifle in the dam? Let's go do that. We don't have a dedicated ranged weapon yet, so that's probably a smart move. There are a few spots in Mystery Lake where we could luck out and get a revolver, but the rifle is more guaranteed than a pistol. So that's probably what we should do. Once we're properly armed, things will open up even more for where we can go, what we can do, and all of that. We have 1.99 kilograms of space to work with, I think. If I pick up anything, it's probably going to be firewood. Unless we find particularly juicy items, like maybe a flare. Given that we're on the start of a run, it's likely that we will find such things. Alright, and chat check real quick. Alright, looks like there's nothing new. I'll just type something in chat to force it to update. Sometimes it's weird like that. And it won't update me with your guys' messages until later. Unless I, like, ping the page. So far, so good. So here, train car, there's a way into one of these boxcars. And up there, at least I think up there, should be a fire lookout. Which we're probably not going to go up to today. Hey, a flare. Remember when I said we might find a flare? Wait, 2 flares? Are you kidding me, game? Okay. Pupper. Hello, Pupper. Those are wolves. Those will be our constant companions for this entire game. Game, what the heck?
I could use this.
Okay, we're armed. We have a revolver. Okay. Whatever you say, game. I was, like, plotting all this, like, time ahead, like, we're gonna need to go here, here, and here, and look for these things, and then we just find a revolver and tools off the break. Okay.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Squidge around. Is that a feather? Is there something dead here? Oh, the guy in the boxcar is attracting birds for feathers. Okay. Oh, that was a wolf, not a rock. Okay. I don't really want to shoot him, so I'll show you the trick. If you aim at him, he gets scared, and he run away. Just like that. Easy stuff. Let's see here. Oh yeah, no, you guys are, you're all totally fine. It is okay to not send messages. I'm just making sure that I haven't missed anything. It is okay. Being the second monitor is my role in life. That is fine. Okay, so as this torch runs out of durability, we'll go for the next one. And we'll do what's called chaining your torch, like that. It's going to reduce our... Why am I still having hypothermia risk?
So cold. No life.
Chest. You're exhausted or encumbered. Hold on a minute. Yeah, oh no, that's why we have hypothermia risk, because we ran out of temperature gauge. Oh man, I'm so used to having good clothes. That's okay. We'll push on. So since we have the revolver, it is loaded. We'll load more shells in later.
Getting kind of heavy.
There are certain animals that you can't take down with it, but it's good for wolves. Technically, you can kill a bear and a moose with it, but I'm not that good. You have to, like, unload all 6 shots into the head, basically. I think you can stun lock a moose. I don't know if you can stun lock a bear. But the revolver will allow us to go most places, just so we don't have to run from wolves, right? But the plan remains the same. We're still going to try and go get that rifle. Or keep adventuring until we get the materials to craft a bow and arrows. That would work. Those are kind of the two options for actually hunting and surviving. The revolver is much more of a keep wolves away kind of thing. not good for actually acquiring food from hunting. Wolves are a bad meat ratio to time. Well, maybe not technically bad meat ratio to time, but you get maybe a day and a half of food out of them. It's more efficient use of your IRL time to hunt larger game, if you can. Oh, practical gunsmithing. We will probably not use you for a long time. We're just going to leave that there. Don't need it. We're a bit over on carry weight, but it's fine. We're going to be dropping torches as we go. Message Jack. Yeah, just in time. Yeah, just in time finding the revolver at the same time that I've encountered the first wolf of the run. Very much a thing of, like, the streamer luck is with us, man. Then again, I'm used to playing my old save, where, like, the world is devoid of loot. So my perception of how much abundance there is totally warped from that. And if we play this run long enough, we'll get there. Circle all the way back around. Oh yeah, a hacksaw is also another item that I'll need. In the midterm. Just on the checklist, as it were. So I'm not sure if I can cut down saplings with the hatchet. I think I can. Just on that note, I think there is a sapling down this way. Let's chain a torch. We're also very cold. I don't think checking the sapling is worth doing yet. So even if we found saplings, we would still be days away from crafting a bow. We don't have arrowheads, that requires forging, but yeah, there are 2 maple saplings down there. Good to note for later. I also heard a Discord notification. I shouldn't be getting those. Streamer mode should be on. Let me just quickly hack that, so that those don't pop in and corrupt the audio or distract me at a crucial moment. I'll catch up. If any of you guys are messaging me, I'll catch up with you in after stream. Okay, those trailers do have loot. We're not concerned right now. We are moving quickly through the map, looking for major... Where are you? Major things. Rifle, hacksaw, flare gun would be good. I heard him howl. He over there somewhere. Maybe outside the fence. Oh well, not our problem. We're moving right on past him. Right on past him. Okay, we have some more revolver cartridges here. Very nice. And in we go. This is Carter Hydro Dam. A very dark area that turns into a nightmare whenever the electricity kicks back on. We're not, because we're overburdened, we're not going to really poke around in here too much, so much as just pass through. And I'll check areas like this, and certain containers, like this toolbox, might have a hacksaw in it. Just to see if we get lucky that way.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
No, it won't. That stuff will not come in handy. But there are some specific things to look for. There, accelerant. There's a whole nother storm lantern that we don't need yet. That on the table, we'll see it next time. And we're going to try and crack this safe. But first, grab that bullet. Grab our next torch. So this is just a matter of, like, ticking through the rotation and listening to the audio. And then hoping that the safe doesn't decide to teleport below the ground plane, which is one of the more recent glitches in the game. If it does, oh well. If it doesn't, we'll hopefully get something of value. Okay, 50 to 51 is the first tumbler. If you do this slowly and cautiously enough, you won't have to try and remember the numbers and put in the thing, but we'll see if I screw it up. Okay, 51, 22, and these are also RNG based. You can't just memorize the code, come back next run, so don't think to try that. That will not help. The main thing is trying to do this before we run out of our torch. Otherwise we'll have to spend a match or turn on the lantern. Over 60% of the way through the possible numbers now. There it goes, there it goes. Alright. Open. Bullets. Perfect. And an emergency stim. Not bad to have. Our ruined torch will be worth firewood later, so we'll take it with us. So I'm not familiar with all possible rifle spawns. Ooh, a whole fire striker? Okay, game. A fire striker is worth a significant number of matches, basically. Serves the same function, game mechanically. But good to have. Can opener. Oh, they made this area even more dark, which I get they're trying to make it scary, but I've been through here so many times, it's not scary. Just making it darker makes it slightly more tedious. Okay. Do we have firewood? Not really enough to justify wasting it here. I think we let the torch go out, because I want to check up there. But we'll do that with the lantern. Once this torch fully extinguishes. There it goes. You may have also noticed that our character has never once jumped up and down, even a little bit. This game does not have jumping, so you can indeed be stymied by things which you would think as a normal human that you would just step over. You know, fallen branches and such actually block your path and cannot be moved past. Just something to bear in mind if you sit down and play this yourselves. That makes things real rough sometimes. Okay, we'll check over here first. And we'll go check the other catwalk side. See if we get anything particularly juicy. Another hatchet. We'll carry that to a better spot. And peaches. I would say that was worth it. The other thing about going through here, combing it over for loot, is we're going to heal our hypothermia risk, just like that. Perfect. On this side, hey, there's firewood, which we can use. We're going to get pretty encumbered doing this, but it's fine. The only threat here inside is starvation. We can take our time, right? And I suppose the lamp oil running out would kind of suck. But it'll have served its purpose. What have we on the ground? Another flare, pair of jeans. We don't have a second pair of pants on yet, so that's good. And there appears to be a whole lot of nothing here this time. Okay. No, there's no actual point going out on those planks. Okay. Let's go find our way back down and move on to the next area. That is the plan. Yes, I did run into that wall. I was secretly drinking tea and letting the character auto-walk. Okay, let's walk all the way around. Again, we can't clamber over things. And of course, this is a totally different game if you're playing it for the first time and you don't know where you're going. But like this here will obstruct me if I walk past that part. I have to go to the gap. like, wiggle over. And all this red spaghetti on the ground becomes electrified during certain events, which we'll see later. Probably. If you touch live wires, you die. Broken arrow. Okay, that gives us 1 arrowhead. Broken arrow number 2, 2 arrowheads. So we could, from here, try and build a bow. Soda, rifle cartridge. Okay, and this spot is a spot I'm going to be passing by a lot in-game. So here is where we'll drop off, like, that spare hatchet, the spare knife, a spare torch, that kind of stuff. Spare gloves, because we're going to be finding tons of gloves and stuff as we go. Honestly, the tools are more of a long-term thing. We'll leave those as well. We'll keep the firewood. We're going to need that later. Just drinking the soda mainly because when we drink it, it stops encumbering us, even though it's now in our stomach. Don't think too hard about it, right? We're not really... I mean, we are in a safe place. We could stay here and rest out food sickness if it came down to it, so we will just eat bad stuff. Run the risk. It's fine. Okay, so that's our ugly pile of loot. I feel compulsed to at least spread it out so it's not all glitching texturally through each other. And let's move on. Now we do have in our inventory a key to a loot thing. And there is, I think, a chance that the rifle I'm looking for will spawn in this area. Normally we would have gone through that emergency door that we passed earlier, and that would take us to the next area. But as it stands, we're going to go this way. There's another hunting knife. I'm just going to move that to where I'll definitely see it coming through in the future. Maybe right there. Maybe up here. Nah, screw it, we'll just carry it. So many tools, man. But yeah, if you were going through the game for the first time and didn't know where anything was, this wouldn't feel like abundance, because you wouldn't know where you're going or what you're looking for. That's probably the other difference between this save file and my first save, is I have knowledge now. Knowledge is the entire battle in this game. I don't remember this first aid kit being here. That's new. New to my memory, anyway. Another flare. We'll just put that over here on the table. And actually, this is a good spot to leave the hunting knife. There we go. And a lot of this, like, thinking through verbally, like, where do I leave stuff, is because we're playing for the long term. And I will probably, like, misplaced items will then have no utility. So if I put everything where I'll find it again, I'm going to come through this area 10, 20, 30, 50 times in the future. And I want to be able to know, like, hey, a revolver. Right? I want to be able to know that it's there so I can come back when I have more carry capacity and deal with some of it. As it is, if the rifle is where I think it is, that's going to occupy the remainder of our lift, as it were. Scrap metal. Lots of scrap. Is that tools, or is that another... Ooh, quality tools. Okay. Earlier you may have noticed that we had simple tools. They're used to repair tools, which I know sounds silly, but tools like the hatchet, the knife, and so on. Maybe not the hatchet and the knife. Those are whetstone repaired, but other things. The hacksaw is repaired with tools. And you can repair it with simple tools or quality tools, but the simple toolkit, the blue one, can be repaired with the red toolkit, which is silly. And very long term, but good to have. So if the rifle had spawned, it would be right in this area. But we have the key for this lockbox. sandbox, which is the other reason we came up here.
Guess we prepared for anything.
MREs, 3 of them. Not worrying about food for a long time. And matches. Alright, let's get out of here. I don't think we can go through this. No, it's one way. When you come through the dam the other way, you have to crawl through there to get in here. Okay, message check real quick. Okay, getting stuck on the ladder is pretty stupid. Yeah, the part that I showed earlier while looking down. Why put it there if you know your game is vertically challenged? The designers of this game had, at one point, very specific goals and stuff in mind. I think we're approaching the 11th or 12th year of development of this game. And survival mode, the mode we're playing now, is finally done. Finally. But there is so much that it's like, where did the scope creep happen and where did we go wrong? But for all of its flaws, I do still love it, even if I have had mixed feelings about the PR of the game and the devs and the horribly long dev cycle and so on, and the constantly missed deadlines. This game can't keep to a roadmap or an update cycle to save its life. In fact, although the story mode is not done, most of the team is currently working on developing the sequel, so if you're getting this game, I don't recommend banking on the story mode. Play this mode that I'm in now, the survival mode. It's good. Is there a cup of coffee in there? No. Okay, we can finally put away the lantern. We're finally done being in the dark, but we're going to do a little inventory management before we go out. Break down our sticks back into torches. And fill up our lantern with that little bottle of oil we found. None of this is going to... Actually, I think breaking the torches into sticks does change the amount of carry weight, but most of this isn't going to change our fate. Reload our revolver. Just the reload animation looks really cool. Like, again, for a game from a decade ago. But you'll get to see it again in the future. Breaking down the arrows won't take much time. We'll do that. Oh. I'm beginning to feel a slight strain in my hand. So this might be our last segment here soon. But we can go a little further. There's a particular stopping point I would at least like to reach. I'd also like to find the rifle, if we can. That would be a cool way to end, right? Okay, there shouldn't be any chance of there being a wolf or anything going on here. Let's get out. So, over there is a spot we need to check. We're going to drop some of our heavier equipment so that we can speed along, because we're going to come right back for it unless I fall to my death and the run ends. And if the run ends, then we're just gonna not keep this VOD, and we're gonna try again next week. But this is one of those bits of the game that you'll have to do repeatedly, walking along the sledge, so you'll learn to hug the side. Just falling that distance will just kill you. Oh yeah, there's a wolf down there. So we'll have to contend with him, because we're gonna travel along that, and down, and then up the creek. But first, we're going to see if there is a gun around here. Deer corpse. So if there is, it'll be over here in these pipes. Oh, pallets. Maybe I should have brought the hatchet. Hello, frozen deer. He will be there, frozen in carbonite, for us to get to later. I guessed correctly. Okay, there's Vaughn's rifle. We have what I wanted. We are now combat ready. With our 2 bullets, that's a problem. But we have the rifle. We only need 1 rifle. Vaughn's rifle has some bonuses to ease of use, but it loses condition more quickly than other rifles. This makes it ideal for starting out. And it has lighter carry weight compared to other options, which makes it ideal for travel. It is a great starting item to get from the DLC if you can find it. I normally always go for it like this because I have, I think, all of its spawn locations memorized. That's why we spent so much time in the room with the safe. That's why we went up on the catwalk and checked that other room kind of in the dead end. All of that. All of those were, I believe, potential spawns, or used to be potential spawns for the rifle. Halfway through the day, and halfway through our fatigue, we do need to take our character to rest at some point here. Carry weight check. Oh, we are over. Very over on carry weight. Part of that is we have so many weapons, so much food and other stuff. So we're going to just hoof it and push. There's a little cave, which will probably be my sign-off point for tonight, or for this morning. And if I remember what I'm doing next time, we'll try and go toward Journal, the farmhouse in Pleasant Valley. Maybe. Or maybe Coastal Highway. Since we're fully weaponized. Really, we just need to find a place to store a few items, and then see about looking for a hacksaw and a heavy hammer to complete our toolkit. And then we can deal with the business of exploring the entire map, scraping up all the loot, hauling that loot to whichever maps I plan on chilling on long-term, and then settle into long-term survival. But all of that just has been described, that's like tens of hours away. So there's normally only one wolf here, and shooting him might be good for us. Might be good for us. See if he aggroes to me or not. If he aggroes, we'll fight him, or shoot him. If not, we'll let him go. We can always hunt him next time, right? Oh, yep, he's still over there on... We'll put him center screen. Yep, just moving. And since I last played, they've shuffled, supposedly, they've shuffled wildlife spawns around. I would say that so far, this run, everything looks to be in the place that I remember it being in. Like, the deer was about where I expected, the wolves have been about where they used to be, and so on. Except for that wolf that was growling when we were by the fence some time ago. Don't know about that one. But we're going to go down the creek a little ways, turn left, go up to a little cave, and get situated there. Spend a little time there. We do have books, like I've got books that I could read in-game for skill bonuses. And once you've read a book, you then have the bonus EXP. You can then discard the book. That would save us carry weight, and so on. Let's just gather up firewood. So our cave should be just ahead there. And I might want to take that old man beard that's dangling from the trees here. So this stuff, kind of a lichen. Collect 3 pieces, you can turn it into an antiseptic poultice, which is cheaper for carry weight than carrying a bottle of antiseptic on you. Both of these things, the bottles of antiseptic and the lichen here, are non-renewable. Nothing in this game grows back, generally, except for sticks, wildlife. That's really about it. There may be some other things. And there's stuff that can wash up on the beach. Beachcombing is a relatively new addition to the game. So when we're hoarding things like the poultices and stuff, that's because we only have to hoard them once, and then they're done. And there's no regenerating of them. Oh yeah, rocks on the ground also, I believe, spawn. That's another thing. And the big logs, like that log center screen there, those come back. So you can break them down for more. Sometimes there's a bit of loot in this cave. I'll pull out the lantern mainly. Mainly for your sake, but partly for my sanity, to see what we can see. This is also a potential spawn for the rifle. It'll spawn right about here, if memory serves. Nice. Grape soda. So very briefly, the grape soda, this one, Stacy's grape soda, is actually a reference to one of the first streamers that ever played the game, like 10 years ago. I think her channel name was Stacy Plays or something like that. And that was back when the game was very small, very unknown. And yeah, the devs were tickled, and they named a soda after her. I don't think anyone else has gotten an item or anything named after them. So far. Okay, let's put down some of our heavier items. Just to have the move speed, right? Still have our revolver, but I want to go out into the sunlight to see if we can start a fire with the mag lens. It looks like a good day for that, right? Yeah, okay. So that's starting fires with the mag lens isn't going to consume our limited supply of matches and stuff. So we'll start a fire out here with the mag lens. Then we'll carry the lit torch into the cave. Start a fire in there for, you know, comfort and security and not getting the fire blown out by wind. Then we'll chill for a little bit before closing down for today. It's unlikely that I will be back to stream later today, just because, as I may have said, everyone will be home today, so it's going to be pretty packed, pretty busy, and also loud, so bad for further streaming or recording due to the audio issues. So I plan on getting a lot of editing done, and probably doing some drawing and stuff, but if I produce anything share-worthy, that art will be posted on the Discord or maybe on my Twitter. We'll see.
Come on.
But for now, we start this fire.
Perfect.
And we chill. Oh, we're just going to drop that torch. Okay, pick up our stuff.
Carry much more.
So I don't want to lose anything. And I need to assess, am I spending the night here? Probably in-game I'm spending the night here. That's probably what's happening. Just let me actually put the rifle down and the lantern down again. We're going to get more firewood, if possible. We'll cook first. Because if I wake up super cold in the middle of the night in-game, the only way to fix that in this situation is going to be to warm up with fire. So we need to achieve firewood. Okay, about 12 minutes. So all we can grab, we can't break down a big branch. We're going to look for little sticks, little branches. Had I thought this through a little better, maybe we would have broken down that big branch first, but we're going to go for these. These have a 5-minute break time with the hatchet. So we'll break down both of those. 6 sticks is going to be about an hour of fire uptime. Our food should be cooked. Cans of beans and such. Yeah. Look at those. Oh, they're both cans of peaches. That's fine. Okay. So we've got that. We're not going to leave this fire up. I think it's warm enough today in-game. We'll just do some water. Do I have purification tablet? Yeah, okay. Go ahead and eat those cans. Or eat one of them, mainly to then ditch the can itself. I'll put it on the ground, in case I somehow show up here without my cooking pot later. Alright, let's go break down that larger branch, at which point the fire will probably have gone out. But we started it for free with the mag lens, so it's fine. And I didn't see any other big branches. Oh wait, there's one way over there. We'll break down both. Probably we're not going to get pounced by that wolf during the fast forward, but if it happens, it happens. There's a third one over there. We don't need that much. It'll be fine. I am greedy, however. We're taking all three. We're doing it.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
I know. We are super encumbered. About to be even more super encumbered, but it's fine. Okay. Break down that last branch and then tuck inside, and as you can see, breaking down these branches passes a lot of time. So, this is going to be kind of most of our daylight spent. Oh, okay. And it got super cold. Oh, it got blizzard. Okay, in. In we go.
Starting to feel
Okay.
warm.
And we are warming up. Even though there's a blizzard out, we're already dressed well enough. Nice. Grab all that so I don't lose it later. And let's go ahead and eat. Eat and chill. It's okay if we get sick, so we'll eat the bad food. That's fine. Do little things like process torches, and then we're going to read books until dark time. And then sleep, and that'll probably be it for this stream. Okay, tons of firewood. Let's drop off some of that.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
We are still super encumbered. What has gone wrong? Oh, part of what's gone wrong is we picked up the rifle, which itself has encumbered us mightily. Okay. And just all of the food and water and the everything. Oh, we are now getting cold. We're wet. Okay. Never mind. We kind of have to play a little bit more here. Yeah. Okay. Torch. Match. Campfire. We have 4 accelerant. Should probably ideally I should hang on to all of them. We have an 80% fire starting chance, so it should be fine. That is just a flat chance to start. 4 out of 5 sounds pretty good. But yeah, we need to warm back up.
That's a good one.
And the fastest way to do that is going to be not to boil water. No. Just to start a fire and cook more stuff. So we've already taken some damage today. Tempted to cook the potato. We'll do 2 cans so that the cooking times are aligned, as it were. Okay, that buys us 12 plus 30 minutes. Don't need that can in our inventory. Let's consult our clothing condition. Jeans are not good, gloves are not good. We're going to try and do 30 minutes is steep. We don't want to burn our food, basically. So looking for what can I do to pass that time productively. Since reading is done in 1 hour chunks, it can't be reading. We can turn that into a tinder plug, that's something. Yeah, we have more of that we could do. Okay, tomato soup, good. drink 1, which will give us the warming up buff. And until this cursed weather stops, kind of have to keep the fire going. So we'll go ahead and cook potato. That. And tuck into our book. Field dressing is probably going to be more important early on, so we'll start reading that. Carcass harvesting speed, go burr, basically. We don't get a bonus until we complete reading it. So we have a lot of iterations left, and that's our potatoes cooked. Eat a chunk of that. That'll give us a bit more of the warming up buff. But yeah, this is kind of what I mean by we need firewood. Didn't expect it to be immediately relevant, but here we are. So I'm going to put that on, pick up our stuff. So I can still kind of save the game and log out here. As intended, we just put that there. So I have everything on me in case so that I don't forget anything, even if I just wander off when I load back in. Unlikely due to the time of night and the condition of fire. We'll start that, and we're just going to sleep for 1 hour. Why 1 hour? Well, it's the minimum amount of time to make the game save. The game will not let you save at any time, only at specific times, and it will save secretly at random to prevent you from save scumming. Once that horrid wind stops, things will be better. Okay. So that's where we are for this episode.